Hey Floss Tube, welcome to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Colleen, and if you have been with me before, welcome back. I have a little bit of stuff to share with you today, and today is Tuesday, December 19th. I cannot believe it is a week ago yesterday will be Christmas this year. I've heard it from so many people, it just seems like it was on turbo, and I keep thinking, next year, I'm going to do X next year. Well, next year is in a couple of weeks. And for some reason, I cannot grasp time this year. I'm just having a really hard time. I feel like I should be somewhere in September, October or something, but December 19th, that I don't feel like it should be that late already. So today, I thought we would start with one of my finishes. I finished this yesterday. This was a free pattern from Stitchy Kitty, I believe. And it is Meow spoken here. Those little eyes, those are French knots, baby. They're not beads, they're French knots. I haven't done a French knot in years. And I don't have any beads, so I was kind of stuck. I wanted to finish it, and I thought, well, I used to do French knots. And my first attempt was abysmal. So I did it again, and on the second try, I got them, and I thought, those are not bad. Well, that was pretty good. All right. So I'm going to turn this into a pin cushion, I think. Little pin cushion. So I think I have some backing fabric that I found while I was cleaning and moving stuff around. I had quite a bit of fabric that I had bought years ago for various projects, and I found some, so I think I should be able to find something in that. So I think that'll look cute once it's finished. But I want to pick up the crushed walnut shells because that's what I hear other people using, so I'm going to give that a try. The next piece is one of my past finishes. And I found that I have done all but one of the Little House Needleworks band samplers, seasonal band samplers. The one behind me I had shown a couple weeks ago. That one is winter. This one is spring. And I really, really enjoyed this series. There's something about it was easy. It was organized for me because it was a band, and I really like band samplers because my whatever it is part of my brain that likes order and everything just set out really like this. So I enjoyed this whole series, and I have to finish autumn. I did summer, winter, and spring, and I do have the autumn pattern, but I haven't stitched it. I thought I had, but I didn't know if maybe I convinced myself that I had, but I really haven't. So the only problem with this is I can see the hoop mark. Back when I started stitching, I did not know what a Q-snap was. So I only knew wooden hoops or plastic hoops. And that's what I used. And then I found the world of Q-snaps, and everything changed. I haven't used a hoop since, although I did buy a small spring hoop, and I kind of like that. I got that from that idea from Kay's Cross Stitch, and she uses one of those. So I picked up a small one, and I like it. It works pretty well. But that one was done on probably a wooden hoop, and I can see the lines. So I'm going to try to wash it and see if I can get that out, and I'd like to get it framed similar to how I have the one in the back framed, and do it myself. And if I can remember, I'm not sure if I have enough material on the sides to do something that big, so I'll figure it out. But that is the plan, and I'm hoping to get the last one done in that series. But I really enjoyed that series. The progress on my whips, I didn't have a whole lot of progress this week because last week was one of those weeks. I live in New England, Massachusetts specifically, and we had snow. And I work for my brother and his partner. We do construction, and in the wintertime we do snow removal. Well, normally we don't get much weather in December as far as snow goes, but we had 3 snow events in 1 week. And we weren't actually ready because normally, like I said, we don't get snow in December, so we're usually getting everything, the equipment moved, and the subcontractors. We have over 100 properties that we plow, and that's a lot of properties. So there's a lot of moving parts for that kind of an operation. So we were kind of caught flat-footed, myself included. I didn't have all my accounts set up, you know. Anyway, stressful. And then last week I spent the end of last week I spent billing, and this week I'm billing as well. I'm an office of one. I work in the office by myself, which I prefer. It's peaceful most times, but it means there's a lot of work. So I did not get a lot of stitching because I'm one of those people, when I get stressed, I don't necessarily stitch. I vegetate. I sit in the chair and watch TV because I can't seem to get motivated to do much of anything else. So I did not do a lot of stitching. I did towards the end of the week. I kicked myself in the butt and worked on some things. My main project at the moment is winter season from Imaginating. Yes. And I post this on Instagram. If you follow me on Instagram, I posted it this morning. I started working on the poinsettia that's down here. I finished February, put the hearts in, filled in, maybe it was this heart, trying to work my way with that. It's just a huge big block of stitching, solid color. So I'm trying to approach that a little bit at a time because I find that to be incredibly tedious. So I'm wondering if doing a monochromatic pattern, I don't know if I could do it. I get really bored if I'm using the same color for big patches. So something I might have learned about myself. But still loving this project, hoping I finish it by the end of February. Like I said, no promises with me. And a lot of, there's snowflakes in here. And I think I might order some petite treasure braid rather than use the DMC that's recommended. I think I might like something a little bit of, with a little bit of sparkle. So I'm thinking of maybe a silver and maybe an ice blue kind of colors, because there's 2 different colors that they do the snowflakes in. You can see over here, those are snowflakes. There's snowflakes up in the winter part. And then they have, which is, I find it really, really odd, is they have white on white. You can't see it. So I may do beads. I don't know. Let me do a little bling. I'm toying with the idea. So I might do that. I'm not sure. But that one is my main project for the moment. I'm also working on ABC Sampler from, I think it's Country Cottage Needleworks. I can't find the picture. This one is the one I'm using the little hoop, as you can see. But I started on the bottom where the leaves are. So this is kind of like a band sampler at this point. And I like that. There's something about the orderliness of it that I enjoy. So that one's coming along nicely. I do love the colors in that one. So that one's coming. I only work on that on Saturdays, and I don't know that I worked on it this Saturday. I think I did a little bit on Sunday just to make up for it. The next one I work on Sunday, and this one I got the pattern off of Etsy. Sugar Stitches, can't read backwards. Sugar Stitches January. I worked a very little bit on this one. I got the A, and I believe that's the part of the end. Nope, that's the R. Learn to spell. Yes, so I'm working on the A and the R, and that's about it. So not a lot, not much to write home about there, but every stitch counts, and I'm feeling better this week, so I'm hoping that I can get more stitching done this week. And I am going to have a new start. I ordered this last September. I don't stitch on super low count or high count. What does it be? It will be high count fabric, yeah. I don't traditionally stitch on that because I can't see it very well. So I'm not sure what I was drinking the day that I ordered this, because it is 30 count tin roof to do Little House Needleworks Pine Tree Inn, just with DMC. But and it's linen. I am not a linen person, so like I said, I am not sure what I was into over the summer that possessed me to order that, but I think I'm going to give it a try because I think I figured out a way that I can see the fabric better, which I will get to in a little bit. And I do have a little bit of purchases, and I also need people's opinion because I have a bit of a stitchy dilemma. This week's crush is on the drawn thread. I went on 1-2-3 Stitch last week to buy, I think I mentioned it in my last video, to buy some floss away bags because I don't have a lot of specialty floss, but I was starting to accumulate it, and it was starting to just become a big giant ball of mess. So I went on and I bought a package of 36, I think, with the little ring. $66 later. Yeah, the bags were like $4. As we all know, I made the mistake of seeing what was on sale. And I absolutely fell in love with these patterns. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It is the Drawn Thread Simply Winter. I love it. I just love it. I love everything about it. So I got Simply Winter because I'm in winter, and then Simply Spring because, as you know, I'm anal and winter goes into spring, and I would need to stitch them in order because I'm crazy like that. And I just love it. Oh, and the other two are just as beautiful. So, my dilemma, and if anybody wants to give me their opinion, I would surely appreciate it. You can stitch them one design, or you can stitch them as one entire piece. Yeah. What to do, what to do. Isn't that awesome? I just love it. And I really have no idea. I am completely at a loss because I like them both. I really like both ideas. I'm not going to stitch them twice. That would be stupid. So, if you have a preference that you like, leave a comment below and let me know, because I am like 50-50. I really have no idea. I splurged and I got all of the fancy floss to go with it, which I am pretty darn excited about because like I said, I don't have a lot of the fancy floss, so this will be a nice addition So I might go through this quickly for you. This is dried thyme. Very pretty. Chalk. Self-explanatory. I'll try to put it behind something white so you can see better. See how that works. I had to put my light on so I could get some light. This one is Brethren Blue. That's really pretty. I like that one a lot. And they're all mixed up. I got all the colors for both of them. So, Old Red Paint. Weathered Barn. Walnut. Oatmeal. Pebble. Hyacinth. Oh, this is pretty. The variegation in this one is really nice. I'm going to go out on a limb and think this one is for spring. Old Blue Paint. That's some nice variegation in that one as well. Freedom. Roasted Marshmallow. Wood Trail. I love the names. I mean, is there somebody whose job it is to sit down and just come up with names? Cucumber. And Faded Rose. Very pretty. So those are the colors. So I'm looking forward to that. And I'm going to stitch it on 28 count lamb's wool Jobelin. Now the piece that I bought, I've already checked. It's big enough to stitch the whole piece as one, or I'm not sure how many I could get. Probably 3 maybe. I'm not sure if I could do them all because you want space. So 28 count, which I'm trying to up my stitching game. So next year I'm hoping to be able to stitch on 28 count. I've joined 2 Fabric of the Month clubs, which I'm pretty excited about. I'm doing Crazy Annie's Stitch of the Month club, and I think I picked Neutrals with her 28 count something. I don't remember which one I picked, but it was the Neutrals and 28 count, and then I'm also doing Color and Cotton. And for hers, I picked the whatever, Surprise Me. I picked the Surprise Me package and 28 count as well. So I'd like to get a fabric stash because I really don't have any. So I would like to maybe get some different fabrics and have them on hand and stuff like that. So that, I'm looking forward to that. I think they both start in January. So that is that. I showed you my new start, and I showed you my purchases. I did have another purchase, which I got off of Amazon. As much as I love the project bags that everyone is doing, and until I maybe attempt to try to stitch them myself, I can't spend, $35, $40 on a project bag. It's just a little bit too much in my budget right now. So somebody, I think it was Vonna, she had mentioned these on her video once, and I think she got them off of Amazon, which is where I found them. And they're just little project bags. It's just nice enough to keep it protected from, being out. And they came in a set of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think they were under 20 bucks. I don't think they were that expensive. So I picked those up, and they're not super big. You know, I couldn't fit my Q-snaps in there unless I got a smaller Q-snap, but I'll make it work. You know, and then I would like to get project bags or at least learn how to sew on my own, which I'm hoping to do someday. I took home ec in school, so I mean, I know basic sewing, but I haven't done it in a million years. So I think I'm going to share with you a couple things that I'm into this week, I'm really loving. And then we're going to have a Pass the Stash. So the first thing, which I believe is going to help me in my new foray into higher count fabric. I bought these at a discount store. I love the color. They're like teal with black, like an animal print kind of thing. But they are a, got that library look going on. The boyfriend thought they were quite sexy, so that's another video. It's another video on another channel. These are 1.75. So I think I should be able to, I think I could even see the 30 count tin roof. So I'll find out later because I'm going to start it tonight. But I bought those. I think they were like $3. I got them at, there's a discount chain in my area called Ocean State Job Lot. But, you know, Dollar Tree, anything like that, I think you can get them pretty inexpensively. So I got those, so I'm excited about that. And this, if you know what Nutella is, you'll know what this is. If you do not know what Nutella is, I'm going to do you a favor. Don't find out what Nutella is. If you don't know what it is, leave it at that. Go on with your life. You won't miss it because you won't know. If you know what Nutella is, and you know that it's, you know, full of sugar, every time you eat it, you're going into a sugar coma. I can't have sugar. I'm in the process of trying to break my sugar addiction, and it is very, very difficult, but I have to for health reasons. Okay, I won't go, long story short, I almost had a heart attack, and I have a stent. So blood pressure's too high, pre-diabetic. Yeah, no, I could go on and on. So I have to get off sugar. So Nutella is out. That is out for me. It's just pure sugar. This is Barney butter. That's the name of it, Barney butter. But it's almond butter with cocoa. It is so good. Oh my God. It is very much like Nutella, but it's, instead of hazelnut and chocolate, this is almond butter and cocoa. And it's only got 8 grams of carbohydrates for 2 tablespoons. That means 4 grams per tablespoon, which Nutella is like ridiculous amounts of sugar. So this is a really, really good, yummy alternative that I have been enjoying. And I don't put it on anything. I just eat it right off a spoon, like a teaspoon, and it gives me enough. It's like a dessert kind of, and it's really good. I get this at my grocery store, but my first one I bought at Target, so I know that they have it. But I really, really like it. It stays nice and smooth. Sometimes almond butter can get a little hard. And if it does get a little hard, just put it in the microwave and zap it for a little bit. My last thing I'm going to share with you is something that I'm loving this week. October, my brother had a destination wedding to Sandals, St. Lucia. Sandals in St. Lucia. And we all went, and my son came. And I'll make a long story short, if I can. But my son is 21, and he is blind in one eye. And he is a computer geek, a very, very sweet boy. But he is not what I would consider confident and self-assured. So, and he's not athletic at all. I mean, he's like I said, he was born blind in one eye, so he does not have depth perception like you or I. So athletics was just not really in the cards for him. And he's not a risk taker at all. So what I'm going to show you is amazing in itself. The one thing he wanted to do while we were on this vacation was go jet skiing. And as a mom, I have to say I was a lot nervous, because I thought, my gosh, I was a wreck when he went for his license. He drives a car, he has a job, he drives to work. He's been fine, knock on wood, but I'm a bit of a mother hen, and I really work on trying not to be. So he wanted to go on the jet ski. So this is a picture of him on the jet ski. And I didn't see it because I had a massage scheduled. So I left. And when I left, I said a prayer. Please let him be okay. Let him have a good time and let him enjoy himself. And, whatever else I said to God on my way. And I came back and everybody was like, oh my God, you should have seen him. He was all over the place. He was zipping around. He was doing donuts. He was way down, coming back, stopping on a dime. And he was fantastic. Everyone, because they know my son, of all the people, you would not have expected that from him. And he loved it. And I thought, he felt so good about himself. He felt confident. He was just carrying himself a little bit, standing a little bit taller. And I had my sister-in-law got me that picture, and I had copies made, and I gave one to my son. I framed it and I gave it to him. And I thought, I hope that when he looks at that picture, he remembers the confidence, that moment that he, really felt good about himself. And that's what I hope anyway. I didn't tell him that, but that's what I'm hoping. And I made a copy for myself, and I'm giving one to my dad. So that's everything that I have to share this week with you. And now I think let's do the Pass the Stash. I am going to pass on Little House Needleworks, the spring band sampler, which is the piece that I showed you that I finished before. The pattern is in here. It is not marked. I believe there is one check mark on the floss where I was going through to see what I had and what I needed to buy. Otherwise, the pattern is pristine. I do not touch my patterns. I would make a working copy. I do not write on my patterns. So I am happy to send this anywhere in the world. So please leave me a comment below. Over 18, do not mention giveaway. You have to be a subscriber. Why wouldn't you be? And I will probably give it to maybe next week. I'm not sure if I'll make a video. I might make a video next Tuesday or Wednesday. So let's give it a week. I will do the drawing. What would be 25th, 27th. We're going to let this go till the 27th. And I will pack it up, ship it off to you, and you can stitch your own. So, thanks again for everyone who joined me today. I hope you have a fantastic week. And if I don't make a video before then, which I'm pretty sure that I won't, Merry Christmas, and I will see you next week.